All right, all right. There we go.
Okay.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is Twin Flames Unite, and we are at it again. And if you don't know by now, I'm Chris.
And I'm Felicia.
What up? All right, y'all. We are venturing out to run this on OBS again. If for whatever reason, if this live goes down, we are just going to switch it over to Zoom and do this presentation because this is something that is truly needed.
Yeah.
And because that's what we do, because we are here to provide you with practical solutions that you can apply easily, naturally, and automatically
In your everyday life, so you can tap into your unlimited potential
and rise to the highest version of yourself. Okay. Now, wow. Okay. So it looks like everything is cool so far. This computer is we love it. We send love to the computer. Y'all send love to the computer. Let it just keep on going. Okay.
We came on a few minutes ago and the whole thing just
crashed.
like boom, blue
I was
screen.
Like, this must be some serious energy that
I
we're about to bring in
know.
here.
Good grief. Listen, if
Okay.
y'all can hear us, put something in the chat so we can know that we're coming in.
Yes.
If it's buffering, put something in the chat. Let us know if it's buffering. We just got to know that we're coming in clear, just in case we just need to shut this down and go to Zoom. So if you're hearing us, just let us know. If it's lagging, just...
Yeah, it looks like it's lagging on here.
It's lagging. Are we lagging, guys? Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Let me check something.
Hope we're not lagging. We're lagging, aren't we?
Yep, we are.
Shoot.
All right.
All right.
If y'all catch this, we're just going to switch to Zoom and we'll be right back.
Just to put it in the chat so they'll be able to see. Yeah, just let them know we got to go to Zoom because we don't know what is happening right now. But we're going to try Zoom. We've been having issues for about a week trying to go live. So. Okay, thank you. She's sending love and healing.
Okay. Is it coming in? Let me see. Hold on.
Oh, it's not lagging? We're not lagging?
Okay.
Okay. We good?
Okay, I think we're okay, we're gonna roll with it.
All right, we're gonna try. But if we start lagging, let us know.
Yeah,
okay.
If it goes out too much, then we're just gonna switch it up and go to the other part. Okay?
Yeah, we don't want it to lag like that.
All right. So today what we are going to go into is about protecting your energy. Okay. There's a lot of chaotic things that are going on in this world, and if you don't catch yourself, you may end up just getting drained by all of the distractions and everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to give you some real practical tips that you can apply real easy in your life to protect your energy so that you can actually use your energy to find your own truth and really level up so that you can ascend and not have to worry about all this BS that's going on right now.
Yes, because it's a lot of BS, a lot of distractions that's being thrown into 3D right now. But we don't really have to, per se, give our energy away unconsciously. So we're just going to give some practical tips in which you can be mindful of how you utilize your energy, right? Even in a conscious and a subconscious level.
Right.
So y'all stick with us. And if at any point we start lagging, or if at any point you're not able to hear us, put something in the chat so we can know.
Yes. All right. So without further ado, we are going to jump right into this. Let me just adjust this just a little bit so we can get more of this all on the screen.
Right. And while we're going through this, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat, even if it's not related to the topic, because I know sometimes you guys be having some twin flame questions. Just put it in the chat. We'll be happy to dive in.
All right. So let's dive in, y'all. All right. So first things first. Oh, let me move this. I can't believe I had that up there. Hold on, y'all. Let me just turn this off for a moment. And we're gonna switch over. Boom. All right. So protect your energy. All right. Now we're just going to jump right into it, into our first slide, which is one of the ways to really protect your energy is to tune into your own feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You want to read that out there?
Yes, yes, yes. And tuning into your own feelings. So you see the one in the middle looks really calm. The one to the side looks really, really like a lot of emotions. Another one is kind of just there and here and now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So feeling more in tune with your body provides the following benefits, all right? You can begin to calm your mind, which is important, by feeling your emotions in your physical body. Don't ignore it. Don't try to
Mm-hmm.
suppress it. You have to feel it to really see what it's trying to tell you. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So you make it easier to process feelings like anxiety, anger, or sadness. You're going through your relationship, situationship, things like that. You want to process those feelings. You don't want to bury it.
Mm-hmm.
You can be more aware of any minor injuries or illness or take appropriate necessary action if needed. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to know what these feelings are telling you. Our feelings are tools.
Mm-hmm.
They tell us where we're at energetically. Again, it's the emotions, energy that is emotions.
Right.
All right.
Right. Okay. So, boom. All right. So once again, these are some tips to really be able to avoid having your energy being drained.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because when you can tune into your feelings, you can actually know, if you've been watching us for quite some time, when you can tune into your feelings and you're in that moment, you can then see where did this emotion originate from, and then you can determine whether or not this is something that you need to act on.
Or if it's even yours.
Mm-hmm.
Does this even belong to you? Are you just really that hypersensitive where you can pick up on other energies that's around you?
Mm-hmm.
Because oftentimes we pick up on other people's energies and we think that that's us, and it's really not.
No, it's not.
Right.
It's not. All right. So, boom, that's the first tip to really protect your energy. Now, the next one, as far as protecting your energy, is use mindfulness to expand your awareness.
Yes.
Okay? Now, mindfulness is a way of paying attention to what is happening in the present moment in a non-judgment manner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, this increased mindfulness influences our ability to think about our choices as well as our ability to experience pleasure, reduce emotional reactivity, which you mentioned just a moment ago,
Mm-hmm.
and increased attention.
Right.
Okay? Now, mindfulness is something that we've talked about quite often on our channel. Um, when you're in that mindfulness state, it really allows you to be present in the moment. This is how you can really tune into your feelings,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because when you're able to really tune into your feelings, you're able to then act accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Not
Mm-hmm.
react,
Act.
but respond. And just knowing when you're practicing mindfulness, you're in the present,
Mm-hmm.
and so you really don't have that experience of being anxious, because
Right.
anxiety is when you're thinking about something that hasn't even happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, depression. This is when you're in the past thinking about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Yeah.
So when you practice mindfulness, it brings you back into the present. All
Yep.
right.
All right. Now, this next one that we're about to get into is something that is very beneficial if you want to protect your energy. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that is, let me go ahead and bring it up so y'all can see, which is set
You
boundaries.
got to. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be
You
a
want to touch
yes.
on that?
Yeah, don't be a yes man.
Right.
Set your boundaries. Set your healthy boundaries. Setting boundaries is not building up a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not the same thing. All right. Boundaries are basic guidelines that people create to establish how others can behave around them. It's
Mm-hmm.
like showing people how to respect you by first respecting yourself.
Right.
Setting boundaries can ensure that relationships can be mutually respectful, appropriate, and caring. Okay, if you just let people come into your lives and do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it, however they want to do it, it just means that you don't have that respect for yourself.
Right.
And if you don't have it within you, you're not going to see it reflected around you. So it's very, very important to set your boundaries. Don't feel like you're being mean. Setting boundaries is not being mean, right?
Yes.
Sometimes we feel like, oh, I don't want to be mean, or I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But in turn, you're hurting your own feelings.
Right.
Right. So
Okay.
we got to protect ourselves, protect our feelings, show people how to treat us by the way that we treat and respect ourselves.
Yes. Now, I just want to interject this little piece here when it comes to protecting your energy, because a lot of times when we get people that come to us and ask, like, how do they protect their energy? What type of crystals do they need?
Right.
Do they need to do any type of rituals, anything like that? Because, you know, you
Right.
got all these psychic vampires and things like that out there. Now, after we go through this information, what's going to happen real easily for you, you're going to catch on real quickly, is that if you have these things set up that we're about to go through, you won't have to worry about anybody exterior of you attacking you or sending you any type of negative energy.
Right, because first of all, before those energies to even work, it needs your permission. Like, this is one little thing sometimes people forget. You know, they say, oh, this person is doing voodoo, or this person is doing witchcraft, or this person is attacking me in the spiritual realm. They need your permission. I don't care who it is. I don't care what spirit it is. It needs your permission, and your permission can be granted by you even accepting that it's true. When you accept that these things are true, you're giving your permission.
Right.
All right.
All right. Now, this next one that we're about to go into has a couple of different layers, but we're going to touch on just some of the points here first, and then we're going to go a little bit deeper into it, okay? Now, this next point, as far as protecting your energy, is about creating a sanctuary inside and out, okay? Now, this is going to be essentially your safe place. This is your safe zone. And when we talk about inside and out, we're talking about physically as well as mentally, okay? Now, when you have this sanctuary, just keep this in mind of what you want to create physically, and also where do you want to be mentally, okay? Now, where you want to be mentally is going to be really, really key, okay? Because this is where you want your, what do you call it, your default to be.
There you go.
Okay? Your sanctuary in your mind, this is where your default. Like, default, like, I'm always cool, collective, aware, things of that nature. You want to sit down and think about, what do you want your default mindset to be? Okay? And then once you figure out what that default mindset is that you want it to be, then you can look at your physical, because it begins inside and then it goes outside. Because you'll notice on the slide when we go back to it in a moment, it didn't say create a sanctuary outside and inside. It said create a sanctuary inside and out. Okay? Because it happens within first.
Yeah.
If you don't have the sanctuary in here, which once again, we got temples. If you want to go to church, open your third eye. That's my baby's quote. We have these temples, so you got to make sure that these temples are nice and clean, which means that you have to do a lot of decluttering.
Yes.
Okay?
You have to do
a lot of decluttering, and that's one of the next point, as far as like the second point, as far as creating a sanctuary, is that you want to remove all of the distractions mentally and physically.
Right. And again, we already break down what the word distraction means, right? This, anything that begins with this, you know, that means bad, right? Distraction. And track, it's a track, right? So distraction, bad traction. Bad tractions means that you're slipping.
Yep.
You're slipping. You got to get up. You pick yourself up.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So, see, now what happens is, now this is where protecting your energy becomes really key. Because, say for example, we're talking about the mind first. If you have old thoughts, old belief systems, if those things are still in your mindset, it is going to disrupt your sanctuary, which is your peace within.
Right, kind of like Inception.
Right.
If you guys ever seen Inception, if you haven't, it's a really good movie to watch, right? When he couldn't build and create anymore in his mind because his subconscious had too many clutter, too many old memories that he actually didn't want to let go of those memories. He wanted to keep those memories, and because those memories were there, they were like toxic, right? They would bleed out into what he was trying to create. So it blocked him from creating new things. It actually blocked him from creating like a safe place. Right. He tried to create a safe place, right, in his mind, but that toxic subconscious
just seeps out.
Thoughts just seep out into his sanctuary. So you want to make sure you get in there and you really do some shadow work, do some integration, so that you will be able to actually create that safe place, and nothing bleeds in to that sanctuary.
Yes. And if you haven't seen our video about shadow work, we definitely recommend that you become one of the supporters on the YouTube channel. Once again, we have the supporter, the royal supporter, and then we have our royal star seeds. And from our royal star seeds and the royal supporters, you have access to a whole webinar. I want to say almost about 2-hour webinar going over shadow work and how you can do that and how you can clean out this clutter in your head so that you can really create that sanctuary.
Right.
All right. Now, after you cleaned out that clutter in your mind, now you can clean your physical space. Now, here's the thing where, as far as like with voodoo and everything happens, you know, how cleaning your space is really key. Because if you have any objects that are holding like negative energy, like say from an ex or an old roommate or something of that nature, like you want to make sure you get that stuff out. You want to clean out everything, okay? And when you clean out everything, it allows the energy to even flow more better. It's like that Zen type thing going on, the feng shui that's going on. And so when you clean out that your physical space, not only are you cleaning out your physical space on a physical level, you're also cleaning it out on a spiritual level, so that nothing that doesn't vibe on that level can exist.
Exactly, because again, everything is frequency, energy, and vibration. So if it's not an energetical match, it won't be able to even exist there. So you want to be at a place where you're not at a vibrational match for vampiric energies. Right? Because they feed off of lower vibrations.
And that's another little tip. The only way that somebody else's negative energy can affect you is if you are a vibrational match.
There you go.
If you're not a vibrational match, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
It's nothing there. And fear, okay? Fear is a very, very, very low vibration. It's actually lower than anger. It is down there on the scale. So if you're afraid of something, you're already in a lower frequency, low vibration.
So that is very key when it comes to protecting your energy. Hopefully this information is very helpful for you all. And if it is helpful, we definitely ask that you subscribe, turn on that bell, so that you can make sure that you don't miss any of our lives, okay?
Right, and go ahead and give us that thumbs up if this information is helpful. If you think it can be helpful for someone, go ahead and feel free to share the video.
All right. So now this next one that we're going to go into, you got this one, sweetheart?
Yes, I got this one.
All right.
Be aware of your emotional triggers. This is the one that gets a lot of us. Okay? A lot. Even for those who've gone through and they've done their shadow work, they've done their integration, there is, always a chance of some sort of trigger that can occur that can really take you back to a space that you wish that you really don't want to be there, right? But it's because we have triggers. So you have to know yourself. You have to know what these triggers are, okay? Emotional triggers could be people, okay? Pay attention to people, words, other people's opinions, even the situation or environmental situation that provoke an intense and excessive emotional reaction within. Common emotions that we experience while being triggered include anger, rage, sadness, and the one we just talked about, fear. Virtually anything can trigger us, depending on our beliefs. So what are your core beliefs? What do you hold dear and true and near to you? Values, early life experience, such as somebody's tone of voice can trigger something in you, right? The
Mm-hmm.
type of person, your
Yep.
particular viewpoint, like how do you view things? How do you view people?
Right.
Or just a single word. It just takes one word to get that trigger button going. All right?
Yeah, buddy.
Anything can be a trigger.
Yeah. So we got to be real, like, okay, if you do what we just talked about a moment ago, you're going to already uncover these
Right.
emotional triggers. But once again, we're just bringing some things to light for you, just digging a little bit deeper
Yeah.
so that you don't just stop at the surface stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because we really got to get down to these emotional triggers
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that we're not out here walking around with a loaded gun.
Right, exactly. Shooting ourselves.
Right. Yeah, because even though somebody triggers you,
Mm-hmm.
it may not necessarily hurt them, but I
Right.
can pretty much guarantee you that it's gonna hurt you more than it hurts them.
Right, right, right. So you want to
Mm-hmm.
get rid of those triggers. Really search yourself. Sometimes we have to spend time in solitude.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
we have to spend time in solitude so that we can start getting to really know our triggers,
Mm-hmm.
starting to know who we are, what we are, where we're from, what the hell are we doing here. You
Right.
know, these type of questions are what you need to really get in tune with so that you can get these answers, and this can help to get rid of these triggers.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people, if you say the B word, right,
Oh, they going off the hinges.
they will go off the hinges. Who you calling a B word? You know,
Who you calling the N word?
or that's a big one. That's a big trigger for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Who you're calling that N word, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you identify a certain part of you identify with that word, and you know, with that word is so much stuff that's connected, like generations and generations of negativity that's connected to that word. And when
Mm-hmm.
someone calls you that word, it sends you literally off the
You
hinges.
ready to
All
put them
right.
up? Put them
Put them
up.
up, put them up. Like the spirituality. What spirituality? What
Mm.
ascension? That shit went out the window. You just ready to fight,
Yeah.
right? So you want to know what your triggers are.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be honest with yourself, because fooling yourself is not helping you.
Mm-hmm.
So get to know these triggers, get to heal these triggers, get to resolve these triggers so that people are not using you like a pinball and
Yeah.
pushing those buttons, because that's a way of externalizing your power. Because if someone can push your button, they can control you.
Yes. And so if you're externalizing your power, that means that that power is not going within you,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to somebody else. Because here's the kicker, here's the thing. When you allow anything outside of you to trigger you,
Mm-hmm.
you are not giving yourself power, you're giving them the power. Whatever
Yeah.
that thing, person, situation, whatever that is, you are giving them power.
Right. You're giving them your energy. They are collecting your energy. Have you ever been in a dispute with someone,
Mm-hmm.
and you're literally giving them your energy, and you can even see them after a while, they're like laughing.
Yeah.
Right? If you can see the fuel that they're getting from you, because they're feeling satisfied that they're moving you
Mm-hmm.
with your own energy. So it's like they're using your energy against you.
Yeah.
Right?
So in this situation, you stop playing that game.
Don't play the game.
Don't play that game. Okay?
Nope.
So that is one way. If you can really harness in and control those triggers,
Yeah.
then you are going to have an abundance of energy coming to you.
Right. And more
Mm-hmm.
self-control, more emotional intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not caught up in the riffraff.
Right. All right. So what's up, Charlotte? What's up next? We see y'all in the
Oh,
building.
y'all in the building.
Yes. All
And we
right.
got Blue Diamond Does, y'all. So wonderful. D. Thank y'all for being here.
Right. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So now this next tip, as far as protecting your energy, is really huge, which is about trusting your intuition.
Ah.
Okay. Now this one is pretty simple and straightforward, because when you trust your intuition, it will lead you to your most desirable state.
Yes. But before, I wanna say something, because my baby and I, we were talking about this earlier today, about the intuition, because we have quite a few people tell us, well, I don't know if I can trust my intuition. What if my intuition, tells me to do something, that's wrong, right? Or how do I know when to trust my intuition, and why should I trust my intuition? Or I don't trust my intuition.
Right.
So let's think of the intuition like a channel. All right, we're gonna look at the intuition as a radio station.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna call our intuition Hot 97.
Yep.
We're gonna rename it. So tonight, intuition is gonna be called Hot 97.
Hot 97.
All right. So you tuned into Hot 97, which is your intuition, which is the instructions that you're getting, but there is a lot of shh in the background. You know, when you tune in the dial and you're trying to listen to some music that's playing, and you're hearing shh, and sometimes it could be in and out, and you're trying to tune the dial so that you can really get that clear connection.
Mm-hmm.
That's what an intuition, for someone who's saying they don't know if to trust their intuition, or they don't really they don't think that you're really tuned into the intuition. The reason why is because it's too much clutter going on in the subconscious.
Yep.
All right, it's too much clutter in the subconscious. So the clutter can serve like that shh,
that white noise.
That white noise when you're trying to tune that dial. So once you go in and you really clean up that clutter, when you tune in the intuition, you know, Hot 97, you're going to be hearing everything loud and clear on that channel, because it's literally a channel. Okay? So clean up the clutter. Do your shadow work. Do your integration. Heal from your childhood trauma. And then your intuition will become crispy clear. And the more that you listen to it, the clearer it becomes.
Yes. Facts.
Yeah.
All right. And if you still need more information about that, we did a whole webinar about integrating and really connecting with your higher self. It's on the website. You can head over there to twinflamesunite.com.
Yeah.
It should be popping up here in just a moment, but you can go there and become a Royal Twin Flame on the website so that you can have access to that webinar and really learn how to connect with your higher self.
Yeah.
All right.
That's really important in these times.
Okay. Now this next one, as far as protecting your energy, is going to be very, very key. Now this really comes in after you have really decluttered your mind and your physical space. And you're really aware of who you are and what you want to accomplish. Now, once you've done that, you really want to go through and build a solid social circle. Okay? And when you go through and build this solid circle, too many S's there. When you build a solid social circle, you go towards people, groups, and activities that make you feel good.
And don't feel guilty about it.
Okay? Just as someone draining you negatively affects your energy, so being around happy people make you feel comfortable, will have a positive effect. Okay? So your circle is very, very key. You want to look around, and you know, this is something that we had to do kind of really early on, even before we got together. We really limited our circle down to, at one point, it was down to one person. It was really down to one person, because when you look at everybody else, well, everybody else that was in for, let's say, in my particular situation, because once again, I can only speak from my experience. I can't speak for everybody else's, but I knew that I wanted to elevate to a certain level. And because I wanted to elevate to a certain level, I wanted other like-minded people around me. Okay? Just like here, like in the chat, most of y'all are on the level to where you want to level up. Okay? And because you're around other people, even though it's on the chat, still energetically, you all are here together. And you all want to build. And you want to make it come naturally and easy for you. And so by being around more like-minded people, it does make it easier for you to attain those goals that you're looking to achieve.
Right. And I think something is attached to building your a different circle. There is a little thing that happens to empaths, right? You know, the loving, caring people. It's something that happens when you're growing, when you're evolving on a different level, right? And you've had these old friends, you know, man, I've been with these people for so long. We done did so much stuff together. I remember when we robbed the grocery store, you know, shoot, we used to sit in the on the block till 2 in the morning.
Racing cars.
We used to be smoking. Shoot, we hit a little
club
together. in the club, you know, and but really think about the things. Go down the list of things that you were doing with that group of people,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you continue to be around that group and you're trying to do something different, it's going to make it really hard for you to transition
Mm-hmm.
into your next phase. So oftentimes we feel guilty.
Mm-hmm.
There is a guilt that's associated with really leveling up. And it's not that you're leveling up and you're better than anyone. It has nothing to do with being better. It's just that right now you're in your cocoon phase. You're transitioning. Their time will come when they're transitioning. Everybody don't wake up at the same time every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Some people wake up at 3 in the morning. Some people wake up at 4. Some people wake up at 5, 6, 7. Different times. It doesn't mean that because I wake up at 5 in the morning that I'm better than you because you wake up at 7 in the morning. No. So the guilt that's associated with really growing and evolving and finding a different circle, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's more cohesive to your development and your growth, you shouldn't feel guilty about it.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
one day maybe they might, though those old friends, you know, who's still doing those type of habits and stuff, maybe they might start evolving and doing things that you're doing now, and then maybe you guys can start
Circle back
circle
around.
back around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't ever feel guilty for leveling up and for really blossoming and growing and evolving,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody evolves at different times. It's
Yeah.
not that somebody is better than anybody.
No, it's really not. All right. So that's one way of really protecting your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you got other high vibrational people around you,
Right.
it's only going to help bring more high vibrational stuff to you.
Right.
Now, this next one, we're pretty much down to the last 2 slides, but this one is a biggie, okay? Because up until this point, some of the things that we've talked about, you may have been giving your energy away not on purpose, just unconsciously
Right.
giving your power away. But there are some cases where you can purposely give your power away, but it's kind of hidden behind a veil to make it seem like you're not giving your power away. It may make it seem like you're being justified in what you're doing, but at the end of the day, it's really giving your power away.
True.
All right, so let's jump into it, and let me move this over. Actually, I'm gonna bring that down so that y'all can see that. Let me stop that. Boom. All right. So here we go. Okay. So one of the best ways to protect your energy is to stop giving it away. Okay. This is going to be very, very key in you protecting your energy. Now, you're probably saying, Chris and Alicia, how are we giving our energy away? How are we giving our energy away, Chris and Alicia? Well, take a look at this, okay? Take a look at this. You gonna go down the list, babe?
Let's all go down the list together.
Mm-hmm.
You give into guilt trips, like what we just talked about. Don't feel guilty for leveling up. Do not. It doesn't serve your highest and greatest good. As a matter of fact, guilt is a very low vibration.
Right.
All right, very, very low.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. Your self-worth depends on other people's opinions. All right, an opinion is like an a-hole. Everybody has one.
Everybody got one.
All right, so don't let that affect your self-worth. Okay, self-worth, it begins with self. Worth begins with self because it belongs to you.
Right.
Not anybody else. Okay, that's for you to determine. So don't give your energy away like that.
Mm-mm.
The next one, you have trouble setting boundaries that we talked about in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so people just walk into your life, they just do whatever they want to do, say whatever they want to say, and that drains your energy.
Right.
Okay. Next one, you complain about all the things that you know you got to do.
Complaining about it is not going to help you. If anything, the actions are going to help you obtain the things that you need to do. Mm-hmm. And you have to be very truthful with yourself. Is this something that I really want to do? If it's not something you really want to do, then why are you doing it? Right. For example, my baby was having a conversation with one of the youngest ones today, and he was laying on the floor, and she asked him, "Why are you on the floor?" And he gave his answer, but then she asked him, "Well, do you want to be on the floor?" It's like, no, I don't want to be on the floor. Then, you got to understand, if you don't want to be there, then you need to get up and move. Okay? So, yeah, so you got to understand, don't complain about what you need to do. Just put some action to it and get it done.
Right.
Now, the other way that we give our energy away is by holding on to grudges.
Don't do that.
Now, this, hold on, let's come out real quick.
Let that go.
This really goes to our twin flames for sure. Okay? Because so many people that we've talked to, read comments about, things of that nature, are really saying that their karmic or their twin flame really messed them up, and they just really upset about it. And when you hold on to those grudges, it's like the story, there's a story of this snake, right? Where the snake was in a garden shed, and there was a saw that was on the shelf. And when the snake went by the saw, it cut him. And so he thought it was something that was trying to attack him. So naturally what the snake did was wrap itself around the saw. And when he wrapped himself around the saw, he was just feeling the pain, like, oh man, this saw is still attacking me. Once again, this is an inanimate object that this snake is fighting. But because he's feeling this pain, it's like, I'm just going to squeeze tighter and I'm going to kill this saw. But he squeezed so tight to the point that he cut himself up into pieces.
Gotta learn to let go. Let go.
So don't let these grudges, stop giving your power away by holding on to grudges. Let them go. Let the whole situation go. Forgive yourself for even going through it. And then if you feel up to it, forgive the other person. But if anything, give the grace and mercy to yourself.
Right. The forgiveness is really for you, okay? So that you're not holding on to those type of energies, because grudges is unforgiveness. And again, that is affiliated with the heart chakra. And that blocks your heart chakra. And when you're holding on to all these grudges, this is one of the reasons why your relationships don't necessarily work out.
Yes.
Oh, Blue Diamond does. Thank you for that donation.
Diamond.
Thank you so much, sweetie. So this is one of the main reasons why sometimes our relationship does not work out. It's because we're holding on to these grudges. Our heart chakra is being blocked. And then, we're wondering, why is it that we cannot receive love? Or why is it that the love that we are given, it's not being reciprocated?
Right.
This is from a blocked chakra, from holding on to unforgiveness. So you see, forgiveness is really for you.
Right.
It is really for you so that you can move on and you can be light. Right?
Yes.
So yeah, let that stuff go.
All right. So yeah. So Blue Diamond, Marissa is talking about, ouch, this energy giving away list is a stinger.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Listen, I looked at it too with my eyes like this. Oh boy.
Yeah. So let's touch on some of these other ones. Okay. Where I lost my pot. Okay.
Right here.
Okay. So another way that you give away your energy is that you've changed your goals based on other people's opinions.
Ooh.
Now, you know that you have this dream that you want to achieve. A lot of you all have your own ideas of having your own business.
Yes.
But because you may listen to another family member like, I don't know if you can do that. That may not be your type. That may not be your cup of tea. Right? Why don't you try something else?
Right.
And because you ended up taking somebody else's opinion, then it's all of that energy you put into that business to get it started. Now you got to start all over again. And this is not even something that you really want to do.
So that's how you're giving your energy away. Don't do that. If you're passionate about something, stick with it. If you need to revisit the drawing board, go ahead and revisit the drawing board. It's a reason why you're passionate about certain things. Okay, if you leave that and go and do something else because of somebody else's opinion, you're not going to be happy.
No. Okay. Now, another way you give your energy away is that you're hypersensitive to constructive criticism. Okay? Because sometimes, people give their opinions, but then for those who truly love you, sometimes they really give constructive criticism like, okay, yeah, I see how you want to do that business, and that's an awesome business idea.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing you may want to do is make sure that you get your books in order. Make sure
Mm-hmm.
you got your documents in line, and
Mm-hmm.
when somebody comes in and gives you some of that information,
Mm-hmm.
you can get triggered.
Yeah, but keep in mind, construct something that you can build upon,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not to tear you down, but constructive is something that you can build upon. So constructive criticism just helps you to build even better,
Yes.
right? Something that you can analyze and you can see, you know what? They're right.
Mm-hmm.
I do need to keep these books in order,
Right.
or I do need to maybe hire somebody. That would save me some time, and I can use that time to create and do something different.
Right.
Let me take this advice, because I could see how this advice is going to be for my greatest and highest good.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you do that with the critical thinking.
Yeah, because like one of the things, true life example, right? Um, for those of y'all who don't know, like I do a lot of the graphic design and stuff for the whole website and all of that stuff. But then there's a certain point to where like we wanted to start doing some type of advertisement. And I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna watch the videos. I'm gonna read the things I need to read, and we're gonna figure this out, and I'll be able to do it myself. And that ended up wasting a lot of money. Wasted a lot of money, a lot of time.
Mm.
Okay, so as you can see, that constructive criticism that was given to me, I wasted a lot of energy,
Mm.
not really taking that in.
Mm.
Okay, because sometimes that constructive criticism can really help elevate you to a whole nother level.
Mhm.
Because now we went through and we started using some other resources to do the
Mhm.
advertising for us, and it's working a lot better.
Right, and then we have that extra time that we can do
Mm-hmm.
more creative. We can do creative content. We can we finished the book.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you for those who bought the book.
Yes.
I know
Thank
Blue
you.
Diamond Dust got the book. I know Charlotte got the book. I don't know if anyone else on here got the book, but if you did get the book, we thank you very, very much.
Yes. Thank you.
If you haven't, it is available on the website.
Yeah.
A moth is also a butterfly. It's a book of inspirational poems, very intimate conversations with higher self.
Mm-hmm.
It's lovely. It's really lovely.
Yes.
Again, you're going to get to know me personally,
Yes.
because that's a lot of personal stuff that's in that book of poems.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that when you get it, you enjoy it. And just let me know once you get it and you've read it. If you've enjoyed it, feel free to comment
Yes.
and let us know.
All right. Now we just got a few more to cover on this. Now this next one is really in alignment with some of the things that we mentioned before. Is that you're giving your power away when other people bring out the worst in you, which means that they're pushing your triggers and they're getting a reaction. Okay.
Right.
Whenever you react to a trigger from an external trigger, then you're giving your power away to whatever that external thing, personal situation was. You're giving them that energy.
Right. And
Okay.
you're reacting and not responding.
Right.
It takes practice to get ourselves in that space. To when we hear something, when we hear those trigger words, we pause for a minute. Just pause. And you take it in, right? And when you pause and you take it in, you know what you're doing? You're giving yourself options. All right? You're giving yourself an option. Because if you don't pause, you just you lash out, and you're not giving yourself an option. And you can really look at that as being used. Yeah. Right? Who's doing this reflex, right? Is it even me doing this reflex? Is it some disembodied spirit that's doing this reflex, right? I'm on a serious level.
Right.
So you really want to take that pause. That pause is really important to see how you're going to respond. And you know what? Even if after you take that pause, you still decide to punch that sucker, guess what? You made that choice.
Yeah.
You gave yourself the option. You said, you know what? I could walk away or I could punch this sucker. Right? And when you sit down and you consciously make the choice to punch the person, You still, in that moment, you gave yourself an option. Now, just remember that, you will have consequences. So you want to know, do I want to walk down this road? Is this the road that I want to take? This road, if I punch him, I can possibly end up in jail, blah, yada, yada. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, do I want to go down that road? Right? Or I can just walk away. Right? And then I won't be in jail. Right? So you really want to give yourself options. Make choices. Don't just react, because then you take that option away from yourself. You rob yourself.
Yes. Now, this next one is definitely a doozy, okay? Which is that you give your power away, or you give your energy away when you spend a lot of time talking about people, things, and circumstances that you don't like.
Don't do that, girl. Listen, I got caught up. Let me tell y'all, man, I got caught up today. Y'all won't believe me.
Yeah.
I did that today. I did that today.
Yeah.
I spent my time looking at a video of this young mom. It's probably trending, so maybe you guys seen it. But I got so caught up in listening to her responding to whooping her kids for cussing on the video they were making. How's it? You lame as whatever. You lame as something, right?
Yeah. Y'all N is lame as F.
Right. You lame as F. You
Yeah.
lame as F. And she came in the room and she whooped them. She gave them a good whooping. Like it almost looked like child abuse, right? And so I'm like, wow, she really went hard at them because they were cussing.
Yep.
And then she did a response video because apparently it went viral. And I'm mad at myself because I sat there and I looked at the response video, and in looking at the video, I felt like my IQ dropped.
Yeah.
Because at one point in time, my brain started shaking. You know, like when you're listening to Biden, and your brain just start like doing this because you don't know what you're listening to.
Yeah.
That's how I felt, and I literally could feel my energy being sucked out of me, trying to listen to this stuff that makes absolutely no sense. Her response was crazy because you beat the kids for cussing on the video, but your response, all I'm hearing is cuss words.
Yeah.
And then you're saying you don't know where they're getting this cuss language from.
Saying it came from the internet.
But this is how you talking. And then she gave them permission to say the same things in the live that she whooped them for in the video. So I was just like, oh my God, what did I do? Why did I watch this? I was really like, so when we do stuff like that, we're giving away our energy. We don't have to. Don't spend our time talking about people, things, circumstances that you don't like. You feed what you like. You feed what you're passionate about. And anything outside of that, I mean, if you have a little extra energy and you want to throw it away, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But just make sure you're feeding and supporting the things that you love and enjoy.
Right. If you don't like it, don't give it any
Don't
attention.
even give it don't do like me. Don't even worry about stuff like that.
Yes. Now this last one, actually we got one more after this that we're going to go into, which is a biggie. Okay. But this one here, another way that you can stop giving away your energy is allowing other people to determine the day that you're going to have.
Oh my gosh. I tell my kids this all the time.
Like, just because somebody cut you off on the road, that doesn't mean that the rest of your day needs to be like shit.
Right.
Just because you stumped your toe on the bed doesn't mean that you don't need to give your partner a hug or a kiss for the rest of the day.
Right. Get off me. Get the hell away from me. You don't see I just stumped my toe?
Right.
Like that.
Yeah. That's the way you give your power away. When you allow external things to dictate how the rest of your day is going to be, man, you're just giving your energy away.
Willfully.
Okay.
Take it all.
Now, a lot of these things that we just went over, like if you really just go through and put these things into place and just really be truthful with yourself, once again, clearing out the clutter, okay? Clearing out the clutter in your physical space, okay? your energy is going to be maintained within you.
Yes.
It's not going to be outside to anybody else. It's not going to be on social media. It's not going to be on what some celebrity is doing because they got enough energy already. Keep that energy to yourself.
Right.
Okay? These things are going to help you out tremendously, and it's going to be real easy for you all to do it. It's just going to naturally happen.
Right.
Okay?
Naturally, automatically, and easily. And guys, just if you could screenshot those things, check in the day to see which one of these am I doing. If you're feeling tired, you're feeling drained, look at screenshot that list that we just had and see which one of these things am I partaking in.
Yes.
Where is the loophole in my aura? Why am I feeling so tired? Am I feeling guilty about something that I did? Am I being affected by somebody else's opinion of me? Am I wasting my time talking about things, people, situations, circumstances I don't like? Like, which one of these things am I partaking in that's draining my energy?
Right.
And once you discover which one it is, you take action and you release yourself from it.
Yes. Now, this last section that we're going to go into as far as protecting your energy, it has a lot to do with you, and we're going to get into it. And it looks like we got some questions coming in, and we're going to get to that because this is the last slide that we're going to go into, and this one is a biggie. Okay, this one is a biggie. So let me get this.
Looks like we got some questions in there. We're gonna jump at those questions as soon as we finish this slide right here, because this one is a biggie, and we wanna drive this one home.
Yes. So the last way that you can protect your energy is by controlling that ego.
Put that bad boy in the back seat. Don't let him drive that car.
Okay? Because we got 3 major points on here that we're going to jump into. The first one is give to someone other than yourself without expecting anything in return.
Yes.
Okay? Another way to control your ego is to practice gratitude. Okay? Be grateful for the things that you have. Don't take it. Look, okay, let me go through it and we're going to circle and we're going to go into this. And lastly, take responsibility. Stop playing the blame game.
This is a big, big stealer of energy.
Yes.
The blame game. Do not blame people, okay? Take your locus of control and make sure it's on the inside of you. When you're blaming other people for stuff that happens to you, even if it might be their doing, right? But we still have some part to play in what took place, right?
Right.
So if you're an empath and you end up in a relationship with a narcissist, right? You had a part to play by not setting healthy boundaries. You had a part to play by not seeing the red flags.
Right.
So you have to take accountability, self-accountability, and say, you know what? I need to now learn how to help myself set healthy boundaries. This is what I need to do. This is how you take your power back.
Yes.
And you escape the blame game. Right? And so next time you'll use that as a learning tool, not to have that same experience because you've already had it. You already learned something from that.
Right.
Yeah, don't play the blame game.
Yeah, don't do it to yourself. Okay. Now, the first one that we went into, which was about giving to someone else other than yourself and not expecting anything in return. Because this is a way of really controlling your ego. Like, especially for men, for example, right? If I would keep it PG. Okay. Say, for example, guys, if you give your lady a back massage or a foot rub or a good hand massage, then you're expecting to get something back in return. But how about just giving that massage or doing that good gesture without looking for anything in return? She may come on to you like, come on, babe. Like, no. I just want that to be just for you. It ain't got nothing to do for me. Okay? And, you can do this in so many other ways. Like, for example, if you see somebody coming out the grocery store and they got like a cart full of groceries, like, if they're not too afraid to be 6 feet
6 feet apart.
If they're not afraid about the whole 6 feet apart thing, help them out in putting their groceries in the car. They don't even need to know your name. You don't need to really talk to them. Just help them put their groceries in them and tell them have a lovely day. and just walk away.
Right. And sometimes you could be at the grocery store. You see somebody putting food back, you know.
Yep.
If you do have the extra $2 or whatever have you,
Hmm.
pay for it for that person. I'll tell you, one time that happened to us.
Yes.
We were in Whole Foods. Was it Whole Foods? Or was it
Yeah,
Publix?
no, it was Publix.
Publix,
We were
right?
in Publix.
We were going through a little situationship,
Yep.
and so we couldn't. We were in a budget, a really tight budget. So we were gonna put some stuff back to fit the budget,
Hmm.
and we were on our way in the car, and this lady. No, it was Aldi's. It was
No, it
Aldi's.
happened at Aldi's and Publix.
Wow.
It's actually happened more than
Oh
probably
wow,
like 5
that is
different.
true. That
Yeah.
is true. And so we put the groceries back, and the lady, the cashier, comes running outside. Hey, hey, sir, ma'am.
Hmm.
And we're like, what did we do? She's like, no, this customer paid for your stuff. You don't have to put it back. And we were like, wow,
So dope.
so dope.
Hmm.
So just pass it on. Pass that on. If you can do something for someone, don't hesitate to do it without even looking for anything in return.
Right. And the second part, as far as in controlling the ego, which is practicing gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this shifts your mindset from things having to be given to you, like you deserve this, to switching your mode around to saying like, now, don't twist this around. Just look at this for what it is. But you change your perspective to like you have no rights to anything, because we really don't own any of this stuff. Like these clothes, these computer, all of this stuff. Like, it's when you look at it as if you have no right to anything, but then when you actually have something, it gives a different meaning to it. Like, you can be grateful for what you have. So that gives you an opportunity to control your ego, because there's sometimes you're gonna boast about the things that you have, but bring balance to it. Bring balance to it, and understand that yes, you deserve some things, but you don't necessarily have to have everything.
True.
Okay, so just saying that. So that's pretty much our tips and things that we wanted to provide for you all, as far as really protecting your energy. And when we really look down at the nuts and bolts of things, the only way that your energy is given away is if you give permission for that energy to exit your space.
Yeah, whatever it is, it needs your permission, whether consciously or subconsciously. This is why it's so vital. It is so important for us to clean out the clutter. Clear that space out, and then once you've gone through and you've done your work and you've integrated and things of that nature, it's not done.
Right.
It's like a car, right? And you give it an oil change, right? 3 months later, you're gonna need another oil change.
Right.
You're not gonna be like, shoot, I already did my oil change, and it's been like 2 years now. And you're talking about, well, I already did my oil change. My car is good. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's maintenance.
Right.
It's just maintenance. So as we live, we're going to experience. We're going to have new experiences. So from doing your healing work, from doing your integration, we accumulate and we gather tools. These tools help to keep us in balance.
Yes.
And so ever so often, you got to go in and you got to do the maintenance. Right? So it's a journey. It's not a destination. So just know that you got to just keep up with yourself.
Yep.
And that's just how it works. Now, we got some questions in the chat that was rolling in. I hope y'all are still with us.
Yeah, there's one. I think this is a question. Let me see. What do you guys think if I put a video of me showcasing everything my daughter learned in school of life as a 5.5-year-old? Been thinking of doing something like this while she and I bake. You know what? That would be so awesome.
That'll help to bring balance. Yes. Yeah. Listen, because that video that I saw today with that mom, you could say abusing her daughter or the girls, it really put me in a different space. So Please, Amelia, if you can do that, at least that would help to bring some kind of balance
Yes.
to those type of things, because we need balance. So yeah, I think that's a beautiful idea, and other
Yes.
kids would see that and they would feel inspired and they would feel encouraged. Absolutely, we support that.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes.
And Marcia, thank you so much for subscribing. Yes, that video we just did today with Lee was so spot on.
Yes.
If you all haven't seen that video, definitely after this, go and watch the video that we did with Lee earlier today. If you go to our community board, it's gonna take you right to that video so that you can go and see it. And it's really going into this whole blame thing, which is a major block for twin flames.
Major.
Okay.
And it all takes us back to self. Takes us back to self. It was so amazing because Estefana, is that her?
Yes. Yeah, I think that was the name. Yeah.
She had a very, very similar experience like I did when we when I used to ignore myself.
Yep.
Yeah. Because in the beginning of our relationship, I would be like, "You're ignoring me. Why are you ignoring me?"
Right.
But I had through the integration and the shadow work that I did with my higher self, because I was literally led. The shadow work video.
Oh, thank you.
Is actually a download. Oh, y'all so sweet on here.
Yeah, thank you so much for your donation.
So yeah, that video that I did for the shadow work that our who has access to it? Twin Flame supporters and the Royal Star Seeds that have access to the shadow work video. Yep. That video was a complete download from higher self.
Yep.
Because I didn't know what to do, what I was doing. I just opened up and I trusted. And then I was just led, and this is how I was able to integrate and finally realize that I had neglect issues. I'm like, neglect issues? No. But when I really dug in, did that shadow work, I found it. And then I realized I was projecting on him this whole time, talking about how he's ignoring me when I was literally ignoring myself this whole damn time.
Right.
So shadow work is really important, guys. If you hadn't done it, I encourage you to do your shadow work.
Yes. All right. And I think that was pretty much all the questions. Look, we are so grateful that this system held up. Because once again, like, we were going live at 8 o'clock. But as soon as we were about to go live, the whole system just crashed.
Blue screen.
Like, all we saw was a blue screen. I'm like, oh my gosh, come on now. We got to get this message out. So we're so grateful that it worked. We got the information here. And you know what, guys? One of the things that we're going to do, because this is actually one of our webinars that we have for our website. But because of what transpired, as far as what it feels like, certain energies don't want this information to get out. So we were going to, after this video goes live, we were just going to make it available. Excuse me, I need some more water.
Yeah, go ahead, babe.
We were going to make it. Wow.
They don't even want you to talk.
We were going to make it just for the members.
Is crazy. Hold on, man.
We were going to make it just for the members, but because of that whole thing, because we saw that actually some other YouTubers
will have same problems around the same time.
Same problems. We're like, no, we're going to make this available for everybody. So not only will this be on our website, it'll also be on here as well, so you all can go back and watch this and really take in the information, because this is something that's key moving into what we're about to go into. If you maintain your space and maintain your energy, none of this stuff that's going on is going to bother you.
Exactly. It's a frequency. This whole thing that's happening right now in the world, it has to do with a certain level of frequency. So whatever you're tuned into, just like a radio station, right? That's what you're going to receive. Right? So you just work on protecting your energy, conserving your energy, all right? And you'll be okay. You will be A-okay.
All right. So you want to put a card for the collective?
Yeah, I'm just going to do a card for the collective just to see where we at right now in the collective.
And tomorrow for Saturday night with Chris and Leisha, we will be doing card readings tomorrow night. So definitely tune in tomorrow around 9 p.m. Because at that time we'll just have just OBS going, so we can make sure that nothing else happens,
We're gonna
and
try.
we can take in questions and do all of the donations and stuff.
Yes.
So definitely tune in tomorrow if you want to get your card pulled.
Yes, absolutely. And again, we have the book that's available. Wow. I like these cards. You know why? Because they're spot on.
They're very spot on.
These cards, I just love them. I dreamt about these cards, by the way. That's how I got them. The cards of Gaia.
Yes, but this is the card for the collective.
They ain't gonna like. Can we even say the word? They might be mad at us.
This is the card for the collective.
Y'all
right?
see what that is? That's what we need to do. Everybody, as a collective, we need to take it off. Okay.
Take that mask off. Okay.
Don't shoot the messenger.
This is what the card is saying. This ain't us.
We asked for the collective.
It's saying take the mask off. Okay.
I'm so done with these cards.
This is the 5 of air.
Listen. I'm not dealing with these
cards. Y'all who deal with tarot, y'all know what that is. We got to get rid of the persona.
Right. Get rid of the persona. Right. That image that we the representative. That's what I like to call it. So because we are in the middle of an ascension right now.
Yes.
We're shedding. We're literally shedding all things that don't serve us any longer. You know, the weight that's holding us down. The perception of what we think that we are. We need to let it go.
Yeah.
We gotta let it go. We have to take it off, take the mask off.
Yes.
All right. And live in our true self, in our trueness. Let the eyesness come forth.
Yes.
The true I. That essence, let it come forth. It is okay for it to come forth. It is time for us to really start ascending.
Yeah. Yeah, because we right now, if you don't know what ascension is, it is happening right before your eyes.
Right now.
Okay? And one of the parts of the ascension is taking off the mask.
You have to. You can't bring it with you.
This mask is not going to allow you to reach the higher levels. Okay? Because there's a certain abyss that will block you from ascending to another level.
Yep.
And some of these earthly human things will actually block us from moving on to the next levels.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why we really wanted to put this video out is that because you're going to need your energy to ascend.
You're gonna need it. You need it so that you can fuel up. You can get up to those different levels, right?
Yes.
And create that reconnection.
Right.
All right? So conserve your energy. Use it wisely. All right? Step into that love frequency, love of self, unconditional love of self, acceptance, full acceptance of self.
Right.
You know, while you integrate, while you do your shadow work, you can love yourself while you're doing your shadow work. You can love yourself while you're healing. Because guess what? All those parts is what helps to make up self.
Yep.
Okay?
So true.
It's okay. Give yourself permission to love you. Give yourself permission.
Yeah. Oh, thank y'all. Y'all appreciate y'all so much.
Y'all just tonight.
Giving us some awesome donations. We appreciate y'all so much.
Yes.
This live is one that was successful. We're gonna I just felt the energy like we needed to do it.
We needed to do it. It was trying to shut us down. Like I'm like, no, we are gonna do this live because it is necessary. There's so much distractions out here. All these energy vampires are out here, literally sucking the life out of the collective right now.
Right.
Draining the collective. And after a while, when you're tapped into what's really happening, this type of environment. On a subconscious level, you don't realize that your energy is being drained. Right. You don't know how your energy is being drained. So if you don't know how something is happening, it's hard for you to really fix it.
Right.
But with these tips that we have provided, you guys can literally go through and you can see on a day-to-day basis if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling drained, right? You can go through these tips and you can see which one of these am I partaking in.
Yep.
And then right then and there, you can go ahead and you can fix it.
Yep. All right. So without further ado, once again, tomorrow we will be doing card readings tomorrow around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
So if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe. Hold on, let me get the animation so y'all can see it. Hold on.
Look, Mex, you see, we all on the same page. Mex said she just told someone this. Wow. Wow. Talking about frequency.
Yes. But if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell, because tomorrow we're going live and we will be doing card readings and doing Q&A. And for those who are really on, you know what, we're going to put out a poll to see which topic y'all really want to throw questions in for tomorrow. Because one of the things that I really had in mind was talking about the ascension, really getting ready for ascension. Questions about what's really going on in this world right now. Because if y'all are not aware, there are a lot of walk-ins that are happening.
And walkouts, walk-ins and walkouts.
Yeah. If y'all don't know what that is, if you
if
put it in YouTube.
If you want us to talk about it tomorrow, we'll be more than happy to. Victory of Love got a good question. He said, should we stay away from protests? Okay. So protests.
Break the word, break it down.
Break the word down.
Break that word down. Pro
means before, right? What is pro? Professional?
No, pro means that you are for.
For, there you go, pro. Yeah, you're for. So pro-life. So for, there you go.
So if you are protesting, let's say you're protesting racism.
Right.
That means that you are for
the test
of racism.
So you're going through a test. So you're for that test. So you're protesting.
Right.
Listen, if you have some extra energy, Victory of Love, and you know, and you are wanting to give that extra energy away for a good cause, that would be a decision that you're making. So you're making that choice. Okay. So that will be a thing that you will decide. What we're trying to eliminate with this live is on a subconscious level, right? We are trying to get people to make decisions so that it's not happening subconsciously.
Right.
Like you're not giving away your power subconsciously.
And you're living your life on purpose.
And you're living your life on purpose. Yes. Now, for a protest, right? This is something that you're deciding that you want to go to. I'm going to put my energy into this. So this is a conscious decision that you're making. Right? So if you feel it's just for a good cause or it might help to assist the shift or whatever you're doing, follow your intuition and head there. Maybe you need to be there.
Yeah.
All right.
But on the flip side, once again, you may have to rewind and go back to where we went on the slide, which is you're giving your energy away when you are talking about people, things, or situations that you don't like.
Right.
Those things that person, that thing, that situation that you're talking about that you don't like, you are giving it more energy. For example, if you are fighting the war on crime,
the war on drugs.
The war on drugs. That means that you're giving drugs more energy.
The war.
If you are out there campaigning for somebody else because you don't like the other candidate, you are giving the other candidate
more energy.
More energy. If you are out there, look, if you are actively participating and talking about something that you don't like, you are giving energy to the thing, the person, situation that you don't like. Now, you can do that. You have free will.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you feel a calling to be there because, hey, maybe you need to be there. And I'm just going to play devil's advocate here.
Right.
Because we all, sometimes we end up in certain situations, circumstances, you know, whatever. We meet people for certain reasons, right? And I'm not saying this is the case. But Victory of Love, follow your intuition. Because let's say you're supposed to meet somebody at that protest.
There you go.
You might not necessarily be going to that protest to protest. I mean, you think that that's what you're going there for, but it might be a higher reason, a different reason, energetically why you're being drawn to that protest. That's all I'm saying, right? Might not be true, but in our life, in this life experience that we're having as spirits, right? And right now we have to know that we have to remember that we are in the middle of an ascension. All right, this
Yes.
shit is real. It's no joke.
It is no joke.
All right.
This is something that we've heard about for years. You know, they laughed at preppers about this.
Right.
But not so much with the preppers. Okay, let me back up.
The tinfoil hats.
Not the tinfoil hats, because guys, what is going on right now is nothing that we could have ever imagined.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have been on this spiritual path for quite some time and you're not too caught up in the whole twin flame thing and you're really on your spiritual journey,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you will see that you have a deeper connection to self.
Mm-hmm.
You have a deeper connection to understanding that there's some type of energy that is behind you that is really driving everything that you do, but you're not exactly sure what that is.
Mm-hmm.
But what's about to happen is that energy that is behind the driving force that is you, you are about to come into contact with that. But the only way to really come in contact with that is to ascend so that you can be on a vibrational match to see what that energy is. But in order to see or experience that vibrational frequency, you have to let go. You have to let go of all of these things that are distracting you. You have to let go of all of these things that are draining your energy. You have to let go of all of these labels that you put on yourself. You have to take the shackles off. You have to take the mask off.
Don't be afraid.
Okay?
Drop it like it's hot.
Yeah. And so we're just going to leave y'all with that. But we're going to go in a little bit deeper tomorrow night. Because we're going to go into questions and answers, do some card reading. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have the sound effects going, like the pip, 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 and we're going to get all of that going tomorrow, okay?
Yes.
All right. So without further ado, y'all, we love y'all.
We love you guys.
So much. Enjoy yourself.
Yes.
Maintain your energy. And we will see y'all on the other side, all right?
See you on the flip side.
Peace out.
Peace out.